Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay, and welcome to the Shiplife. So we do have some cruise news for today's video. We have an update when it comes to the CDC and COVID. This is breaking news that came out just last night. And we also have an update involving some cancellations with Ncl, or well, just one cancellation. And it's for a very interesting reason. However, before we start, guys, I do want to go ahead and clarify something that I put out today. I did announce that I will be working for Virgin Voyages on their newest ship, the Resilient Lady. Now, I did ask all of you guys to watch the full video. You didn't watch the full video because you guys were in the comments asking questions that I answered in the video. Yes, I'm still going to Alaska. That will be my last sailing as a passenger. And as far as me uploading content, guys, my Resilient Lady contract content will be on my new channel, Jay the Nomad, which will be right up here and in the description box below and pinned in the comments. The reason I'm separating the two is because I know a lot of people out there, believe it or not, as interesting as the content is going to be that I'm going to be posting tomorrow morning, it'll be a slow start, we'll ease into it. I know a lot of people out there don't really care to see what my life is like working on cruise ships. So yes, it'll be on separate channels. However, I am not going to stop doing cruise news and the content here on this channel. This is my baby. It's the priority over everything. It's the business. It's also how I make a living. So yeah, anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So in some shocking cruise news, the CDC came out last night and said that they have re-evaluated and updated the threshold for what is considered to be a highly vaccinated cruise ship. Not fully vaxxed, but either way, that number was originally 95%. It has now been lowered to 90%. Now, keep in mind, guys, when it comes to the CDC, they do not any longer, as of the start of this year, have full control of the cruise ship industry. Yes, they kind of have like a plan and somewhat of a option where cruise lines can opt into where they can give CDC information and be a part of their color-coded system. However, all of this is technically just guidance as far as this point goes. But either way, it is something to definitely take a look at. Now, also when it comes to this new update, according to a spokesman with the CDC, they said based off of COVID modeling data, this is some new data they've come out with, that as long as a ship that is sailing when it comes to vaccination rates, as long as 90% of the passengers and 95% of the crew are fully vaccinated, in which most cases when it comes to at the minimum the crew, they are vaccinated and also boosted as well, they are good to go in the eyes of the CDC. They also did mention some brief changes, some very interesting changes as well, something I wasn't aware of when it comes to isolation requirements. So originally they had something called negative air pressure requirements for the cabins for people that tested positive for COVID. I'm not exactly sure if that has something to do with the filter because, to be honest with you guys, my small brain can't really comprehend what exactly that means because that's the first time I'm hearing about that. But they are saying that you no longer have to have negative air pressured cabins. However, they do want the quarantine areas as far as people that are testing positive for COVID in a separate isolated area, which is understandable. And this is something that cruise lines have been doing all along since they resumed operations. Now, we also have CLIA, which is the Cruise Line International Association that chimed in on this update by the CDC. Essentially, CLIA is in a way the governing body for the world's cruise lines, and they are essentially somewhat of a lobbying group as well that makes sure things and laws and regulations get done in favor of cruising. Not in a bad way though. They are a great group and I have plenty of friends that are part of CLIA. But they are happy because they're saying that the CDC is recognizing all of the protective measures that, of course, the cruise lines out there are implementing. Now, when it comes to these updates and these announcements by the CDC, in my humble opinion, it doesn't really make much of a difference because, like I said, the CDC does not have a grip hold of the cruise ship industry anymore. Yes, we have to take what they say into consideration. However, the cruise lines are already doing what needs to be done. Now, I will say, even though this is kind of irrelevant with the update, we still have to pay attention because I believe that something like, of course, people's perception of the cruise ship industry and public appeal and what the media organizations and outlets are saying about cruising is definitely a factor. And when you look in light of everything that's happened with the Ruby Princess, even more recently, the Carnival Spirit that is over in Seattle, they had a bunch of COVID cases and a lot of word going around about a outbreak potentially or a lot of COVID cases on board Wonder of the Seas, the largest ship on planet Earth. Well, all this and then to lower the vaccination rates it is going to probably make some people uneasy. Not enough, in my opinion, to affect everyone, but it is something to take into consideration. Either way, guys, let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. So also in cruise news, we do have an NCL update. So I got an email last night, really random because I'm not even on this sailing, from a NCL representative that came out and said that the sailing on January 22nd of 2023 for the Ncl Prima out of Port Carnival, Florida, that's set to take place has now been canceled due to essentially what you would know as a buyout, a charter cruise. Now, we see this every now and then where there'll be buyouts, especially at the start of the year when things are typically slow. However, I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to be a little frustrated when it comes to this particular situation, but I think it kind of works out. I'll tell you why in a minute. But you got to understand, and I've mentioned this before, at the end of the day, cruise lines are a business. I believe the last time we saw this was Virgin Voyages, the Scarlet Lady. They had a buyout, and unfortunately, they had to cancel some cruises. It's just what we would call in the entertainment space the nature of the beast. These things are going to happen. If a newer and potentially more profitable opportunity shows up, why wouldn't the cruise lines jump on it? On top of that, you got to look back at the pandemic. They've lost billions of dollars that they now have to recuperate. So again, something else comes up like a buyout or a charter cruise, they are definitely going to jump on it. Now, they do have your back with NCL. I will say it's good. They gave everybody that will be sailing this particular sailing just under a year of a warning. So it definitely does work out. But those people, they will be getting a refund in the form of a cash credit, credited back to their credit card or debit card, whatever they use for the payment, or also future cruise credit, depending on how everything worked out. They will also be giving out a 10% discount towards their next cruise. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comment section below. And like I said, guys, go subscribe to my brand new channel, Jay the Nomad, because I have videos coming out as early as tomorrow, starting my adventure from start to finish, working on a cruise ship. I'm telling you, you will not find this anywhere else. So go subscribe. It's right up now. Well, it's not up here anymore. It'll be in the pinned comment in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love all of you. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.